Hello, everybody. Welcome. Oh, I have to turn the light up. There we go. Hello. Hi, Inga. Nice to see you again. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. Yana. Hi. Did I say your first name right? Gudtormsen. Yana. Oh, how are you? Good to see you. I saw you were doing... I was able to pop into your live briefly before I went in live with Violet. You were doing... look like special tarot cards or something. Oh, that's cool. I'm glad I said it right. Hi, Dakota. Hey, Gary. Welcome, everybody. Check out my new virtual background. Look at how beautiful this tree is. God, I love it. Just found it yesterday. I think this is my all-time favorite virtual background. It feels so magical. So magical. Hey, Jennifer, good to see you. Welcome to Readings from the Heart. How's the music, everybody? Sounding good? Das gut? How's my volume? Yes, Inga, isn't it magical? I'm just gonna remove myself for a second. Look at how magical this tree is. It's like the rainbow tree of life with stardust sparkles and just amazing beautifulness. It all sounds good. Good. Were you able to hear the intro video? I'm still working on the transitions. I don't know where that big black space came in the middle. Music is a bit soft. How's that? Smidge better? Yes, that's good. Wonderful. Very cool intro. Yeah, Yana. I thought I did a good job there. I'm very proud of the OBS studies and work that I've done the last week. Yeah, I know. I made unique ones. Thank you, Inga. I made unique ones. So that was the Readings from the Heart one. Saturday, you'll see the Readings Extravaganza one. I think that's my favorite. And then have the weekly message one for Sundays. I'm not sure how I feel about the weekly message one yet, but yeah, I should be. Yeah, I've put a lot of hours into this, and I'm about to teach other teachers how to do it. Well, hopefully, we'll see what happens. I feel like my camera's off. A lot of moving pieces now. I used to just start stream or start the live and hope everything worked, and now I have other things. I've automated most of it. I only have to click the start live and click one button, and then everything comes to here. Hey, Jerry. Welcome to you. Welcome, welcome. Not sure if we'll see Hannah. She did move successfully, for anyone who was curious. Very pro. Thank you. Well, something that I haven't told you guys about is that in one former life / career, not really lifetime, but gosh, how long ago was this? Over 20 years ago, I actually made a documentary movie and a short film. So I learned a lot about video editing. So I love making, I don't know why, but I love video, which is why you see that I don't have a lot of tracks and no courses, and I'd much rather do lives, and I'd much rather make YouTube videos. So there's just something about video that feels more immersive, even though people told me I have a great voice and very soothing and comforting. So Linda, hello, my dear friend Linda. Inga, saw her earlier in a live, didn't have the chance to ask her about the move. Yeah, we'll see. It might be a little early right now. Nancy, hello, my dear friend. How are you? Good to see you. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. I'm so glad everybody's here today. Is anyone new? If you're brand new, raise your hand and chat. Say hi. Tell us where you're from. so that we can warmly and properly welcome you to my live. My name's Greg Phillips. I'm an energy healer, or I think I want to say energy intuitive, not quite sure about that one, channel and a spiritual guide for seekers and sensitives who are on the path to the heart. Today we're going to be doing readings from the heart. Everybody has a chance at a reading, and we use a beautiful spin the wheel app to let the universe decide who gets called on. And then we'll be doing channeled message readings. Jennifer's new, but I met you in this scripting session. I thought you looked familiar, and your bubble picture looks an awful lot like my tree color-wise. All sorts of beautiful colors there. Very cool, Jennifer. Welcome. I hope you enjoy yourself. Everybody's saying all the sound is good. Let's see how the wheel sounds. You're welcome. Jenny, I just psychically sent you a message 15 seconds before I went live. I was like, Jenny, I'm going live in 10 seconds. Did the wheel sound good? List me. Yeah, we're going to start the list early today. Let me clear it. All right. If you want to get on the list for a reading, please say so in chat. Thank you, Inga. S, is that it? Just S? Yana, it'd be lovely to have you there. Peter Brook. Nicole, hi Emma. Who's new? Say hi while you're at it. Tell us if you're new. We love to welcome everybody. Iona, welcome. Where are you from? I love that name, Iona. Reminds me, isn't there an island named Iona? Welcome, Iona. We're glad to have you. We have lots of fun, beautiful, loving time. Australia, very cool. So you are one of what I call our friends in the future. How's the weather in the future? It's PB. All right, I got Jenny, S, Yana, Nicole, Emma. Who else wants to be on the list, my friends? Julie, Jessica. Getting on the wheel of good guidance, which is always a good thing. Hi, Jessica. Hi, Mira. I've got Jenny, S, Yana, Nicole, Emma, Jessica, Julie. Who else wants to be on the list? Almost 90 in Michigan and feels like soup out there. Linda, stay inside in the cool air. It's only 86 here today. I think starting the live earlier is going to be better temperature-wise for me. I'm excited today for our live, my friends. I have been in extra communication with the council this week due to spending about an hour crying my eyes out Sunday night. Believe it or not, I reached a pretty bad low Sunday night. I almost quit Insight Time. I almost quit my mission. That's how bad I was. And then, oh God, yeah, it took a little longer than usual, but by Monday afternoon I was feeling a lot better. And then yesterday morning, I don't know if you guys have ever felt this, but there are moments in my life, particularly when I'm deeply seeking answers, and these moments don't usually come until I surrender to what the divine has in store for me, rather than what I think I should be doing. And that's what happened Sunday night. Is I said, all right, guides, I've been doing it my way. I've been doing what I think is best. I give up. I surrender. Show me. And I got this incredible feeling of clarity yesterday, this deep soul knowing, and suddenly everything made sense, and I got excited, and it was just it was like all my energy locked in, and I knew what I needed to do. I know where I'm supposed to go next after Utah, and I know why I'm supposed to go there. And I was given such an incredible insight from my guides, from the council, that it just blew me away. Like, we're talking big picture stuff, like much bigger picture than just Greg needs to get a job to be able to better support himself. So it was really, really powerful. I'll tell you more about it hopefully soon. What are you guys saying? Oh, thank you. No, you can't do that. Oh, Jessica, thanks. Yeah. Yeah, it did feel fabulous, Julie. Thank you, Inga. Oh, I appreciate the hugs, guys. I've been having a lot of shifts lately, so this one was super powerful. That's how you got into teaching, Peter. Has anyone else experienced this feeling? It's difficult to describe. It's not a mental thing. It's not our intellect or our intelligence engaged. It's like this deep, visceral knowing, and it just like, it makes sense on a feeling level, and you just know, right? Oh, thanks, Shauna. Don't quit. We need you. Oh, thank you, dear. I totally get you, Greg. I felt down lately as well. I'm so happy to hear you got clarity and insight. Oh, you know, the reality is we are all connected, but we forget, and we need each other. Yana, you can reach out to me anytime you want, my friend. Nancy, thank you. Not a linear road, unfortunately. That is some wise piece of wording there, my friend. Yeah, your guides were screaming at me. Well, as you guys may or may not realize, I know that I don't know how I come off other than being me, but I've heard over my lifetime that people always perceive me as successful. And I guess on a spiritual level, I do feel successful, but it has been a struggle lately. A lot of worry about my finances and wanting to stand on my own 2 feet, have my own place, that whole kind of a thing. And I'm really looking forward to those things. But there's been a lot of questions about how to go about that. Part-time job, full-time job, focus exclusively on the business, etc., etc. So when I was out on my walk yesterday, I'd surrendered. When I felt bad Sunday night, I'd surrendered, and I was just sitting with it all. And I was on my walk yesterday, and I said, okay, guides and Council of 7, what's going on? Like, what do I need to do here? And somehow the thought of Sedona, Arizona came up. And when I thought of Sedona, if anybody doesn't know it, it is a incredibly powerful place, and lots of spiritual people there, and lots of spiritual geographic locations. There's actual energy vortexes. Yes, Inga, I will add you to the list. I'm stalling so we can get more people on the list, and telling you a personal story. I remembered all of a sudden that about a year or two ago, when I'd started my job searching off and on, I think it was right before I launched an Insight Timer, so it would have been last summer. I felt in like a dream call to go to Sedona, but at the time I was living in New York State and had no money, and I was living with my friend Marty, and I didn't really want to leave, and so I had no clue how to get to Sedona. And I did some job searching for that area and thought that this just isn't realistic, it's not possible. So I let that idea go. Well, I'm in Utah now. I'm just like somewhere between 5 and 8 hours north of Sedona. And when I realized that, I was like, oh my God. And suddenly everything that's happened in the last few months started to make sense. So when my friend Marty died in May, my buddy in Iowa had offered me a place to stay with him. But when I talked to him in May, his mom had taken terminally ill and had moved into the room he was going to give me, so he couldn't put me up. And that very night, my buddy here in Utah and his wife agreed that they would invite me to come and stay with him. And so now I'm in Utah, but that originally the only place in the country that has ever called to me in terms of actually moving has been Sedona, Arizona, and that's in the last 12 years. And then the minute I think of all this, I was like getting excited, and I was like, oh my God, I'm actually willing to look for a job in Sedona. I would love to live in Sedona. I would love to explore the energy vortexes that are out there. So later after my walk and my meditation yesterday, I got super, super grounded and really clear. And I said, Council, what do you think of this idea of me going to Sedona? And they showed me this picture of me meditating out in the middle of the wilderness, like in the middle of the mesa, surrounded by red rock cliffs at an energy vortex. There's like several different energy vortexes surrounding Sedona, in and around. And I suddenly understood why I'm supposed to go there. They want me to sit at these energy vortexes as part of the calibration of my energy. Like I had this feeling like when I go there, my third eye and heart chakra are just gonna get blown wide open. Like, I don't know, but and then I realized, and then everything made sense. And I'm like, oh, so that's where I have to go, and that's where I need to look for work. And that all sounds really exciting. This is gonna be cool. Yes, incredibly powerful spiritual place. Jessica, you're a hop, skip, and a jump from Sedona? No, really? Tell me that's true. That would be amazing. I am. I'm probably several jumps or several skips. Oh, you're in Boston. Yeah, you're far. Tooth bumps. Oh, you're getting tooth bumps, Jenny? See, Jenny, I haven't told you this. I texted you this, but we haven't been able to talk. Jenny's getting tooth bumps. I do light up? Wow. Thank you. I'm so excited to go there. I have been resisting the job search. I haven't. It's just everything's falling into place. And then I realized, oh, I could live part-time in Sedona and part-time in Tenerife and do both all year round. So I'm just, this is good. I still don't know how things are going to shape up or turn out, but I am, for today, trusting. And not to mention, look at this gorgeous virtual background. This is my favorite yet. All right, my friends. Yeah, what a plan. What a plan. There's just so much more coming, my friends. I'm glad I didn't quit Insight Timer. I think that would have not been good for me. But that's how discouraged I felt. So I share this with you because I want you guys to know that I'm as fallible to the mind as you guys are, and that we're all in this together on the path of the heart, and that I have my ups and my downs. So I come in here and try and be of service to you guys from whatever place I'm in. Most of the time I'm in a good place. I mean, I've had 30 plus years to meditate and practice and learn, and I try and I made a decision back in 2007 that the most important thing in my life was to be happy regardless of circumstances and scenarios and situations, and I try to practice that every day. But that's the nature of life, is that we have the ups and the downs. Without the downs, we can't surrender and have a moment of clarity, a powerful moment of clarity like I had. Without the ups, we can't appreciate, we don't have something to feel for when we're in the downs. So they go together. This is part of human experience. Aw, thanks, Yana. I belong in a much wider space than Insight Timer. I do not think Insight Timer, I love Insight Timer, but I do not think that it is the be all and end all as a container for my work. There is so much more coming for me. I don't know what it is, but I can feel it. And that's why I'm trying to create community places, holders, gathering spaces and activities outside of Insight Timer as well, because there's so many more friends that we haven't met yet who want to join us on this path to the heart. So we are all human for now anyway. Yeah, Nancy, I haven't turned into an energy being yet. I haven't passed that point of evolution. So true, so true. Jessica asks, what do you want that container to include, do you think? Well, as I said earlier, I love video. and it's just something near and dear to my heart for some weird reason. I just get excited about it. I seem to understand it. I love working with it, as you see from my new live stream tech that I'm using. And I feel like I'm called to bigger things. I have had this vision, without a lot of details. I don't know the details, but I see myself standing in a large space on a stage or a platform in front of hundreds or thousands of people and bringing them all through this amazing, loving, heartfelt, energetic experience, or just doing readings, or I don't know what the details are, but I'm there in front of them all. And I don't know where that is. I don't know what it is, but that's down the road somewhere. I know it. And then just other stuff like the Zoom, like tomorrow. Tomorrow's our Celebrate Love party. Who's signed up for the Celebrate Love party? There's still space. You can sign up at my link right there. Yay, the Celebrate Love party is tomorrow, 3 p.m. Mountain Time. You can go to my link here, my teacher link, and sign up. It's the very top link, and it's going to be this beautiful experience on Zoom. It's going to be like, take this, put it on Zoom, and then allow us all to talk. It's going to be much more meaningful and personal and so much fun. And we're just getting together to celebrate love. We're going to do a sacred energy journey about universal love, and then we'll have individual readings. So it's in your work hours. Oh, Carolina. Oh, I haven't seen you in ages, it feels like. Yes, please do sign up. You can come in at any time, but you have to register at my link, my friends, because that's the only way I'm able to distribute the Zoom invitation. So it's super easy, Anika. You go to my yaygreg.com. The very top link there talks about the Celebrate Love party, and you just click on that, and then you click on August 1st, and boom, boom, boom. Let me see if I don't think I can show you the visual for it. Just looking on the other screen right now. Yep, top link, Celebrate Love party, August 1st. This will be a monthly event, my friends. First Thursday in August. First Thursday of the month. Tomorrow is 3 p.m. I couldn't change the time, but in the future, it'll be 2 p.m. like my other times here. Aw, that's true, Peta. That's right. And then I have a beautiful private session with Peta on Friday. We're going to have so much fun. Yes, Nancy, as long as you have the link and the Zoom is active, you can come and go. You can come in late. You can come in, well, you can't come in early, I don't think. You can come in on time and stay a smidge, or stay long, or stay the whole. You can come and go, whatever. It's just like a live. If you got to come and go. Yeah, I am not recording. I bought a new mouth and I'm breaking it. I am not recording the Celebrate Love party, though. Just bear that in mind. There will be no recording of that. Inga is still doubting and deciding. Oh, okay. Jessica, you messaged me an idea? Oh, okay. Very cool. Who knows? Carolina, it's so good to see you. All right, my friends, who else wants to get on the wheel? Because it's 24 minutes in and I was going to start the spinning early. Carolina. Who else? Iona, thank you. Inga, you're so helpful. I so really appreciate it. I need to do something special for you. Can we all just send some love to Inga? She's like so on it in terms of catching things that I missed. Just send some love to Inga. Just let her know how much we all appreciate her. How special and wonderful she is. Yeah, wonderful. Take it in, Inga. Accept it. Receive it. Linda is going to lurk and soak up messages today. Lurk was my word, not hers. Anika is officially scheduled. Yay. I love that. So part of my new tech that I worked on this weekend is that my recording, because I'm doing intros and outros on the live now, when the recording is done, it is complete and ready to upload to YouTube, and it's apparently much more compact than what I was doing before. It uploads even a 2-hour video or even a 2-hour live from Sunday, uploaded in like 15 or 20 minutes. So the YouTube replays of lives are going to be accessible much quicker thanks to the new tech. So I love lurking too, Linda. It's nice to lurk on lives and not say anything. But then people that you know and love, like Anika and others, will see your bubble and call you out, which is fun. But when you're lurking, sometimes you don't want to be called out. All right, my friends, we're going to spin the wheel. Let's just take a quick moment. Does anyone else want to get on the wheel before I spin? Gary, were you wanting to get on the wheel? The wheel, Happy Yogini, is an app that I use to put everybody's name in to get on the list for a reading. And then the wheel allows the universe to pick who gets called on, which is really, really fun because it makes it so that if someone comes in late to the live, they can still get on the wheel and have a chance at a reading. I know, Anika, I'm so teasing you. I love how you recognize people. I know, right, Inga? Oh, that's funny. So if you're wanting, yes, very cool and very fair, and we thank our friend Rev J and fellow teacher. But Happy, if you want to get on the list for a reading, you would just speak up and say, please add me. Gary may be in and out. Are you driving again? Please be safe. Linda, you never have to pipe down. All right, my friends. Close your eyes, feet flat on the floor, legs separated apart. Hold your hands straight out like this, palms facing upward, eyes closed. Yeah, like this. Palms facing upward, fingers out, pointing out. Hello, Liz. Welcome. You're just in time for our centering before we spin the wheel. My friends, I invite you, I encourage you to move your mind's eye, to move your feelings and sensing into the palms of your hands. Dear guides, spirit, and divine, we ask that you activate the chakras in our hands so that we may give and receive equally and freely. May we receive insight, knowledge, and guidance. May we give love, appreciation, joy, warmth, togetherness. And my friends, as you make connection with chakras in your hands and open yourself to that beautiful cyclic flow of giving and receiving, for there truly is a flow, a cycle, a balance of the two. One cannot always give, and one cannot always just receive. As you open up to this, know that you are more than just your body, more than your thoughts. That you are life force itself, manifest into a physical body. that the entirety of all the knowledge of the universe is accessible and available to you. And as we prepare to spin the wheel today, we ask that your guides and my guides and all of creation grants us the clarity of the questions that we seek guidance for and the open hearts to receive it. And we're spinning the wheel. Carolina, you are the first lucky winner from the Wheel of Good Guidance. Come on down, or come on up, or come on over. Carolina, yay, Carolina, OMG, woohoo! Liz, I would love to add you. No problem, dear. I can give you a wheel. I'll give you a spot on the wheel. Carolina, these are channeled messages that I do today. So, before you type your question, close your eyes, check into your heart, and see how clear and intentional you can make your question. This is something I've recently been encouraging people to do, to practice and exercise that muscle of intuition and the skill of locking our energy into place with our questions so that we can have the bestest reading. All right, how can I be of assistance to you? What guidance do you seek today, my friend? I feel like I haven't seen you in ages on lives. Carolina asks, how can I improve my communication and lose the fear of speaking my truth? I can feel your energy in that. Wonderful. Hi, Sarah. Welcome. I can add you to the wheel. Right now I'm going to do a reading for Carolina, but we will add you. Everyone has a chance at a reading in my life. So welcome, Sarah. That's great to have you first time. Hello, Sherry. Carolina, so cool. You have really summoned quite a lot. How can I improve my communication and lose the fear of speaking my truth? Right, let's see what we have to say. Guides and counsels, please help. So, Carolina, the very first thing they did was sort of give me a little energetic tickle. And the message behind it for you is to lighten up. It feels as though they're inviting you they're inviting your silliness, your playfulness, your adventuresomeness, your explorative nature, right? And they're having such a fun time presenting this energy for you, Carolina, because I think what they're trying to say is that whatever this is that's going on with the fear of speaking your truth, right, has made you get too serious about it. That's maybe not too serious, but it's the fear is causing the mind to take it too seriously. And they're wanting you to drop in your heart and be playful and be that exploratory, curious, adventuresome person that you are. You know, it's like when I've seen those videos that you've shared, you know, of the workouts that you do, right? you go for it, right? You might, I don't know what it's like for you and your workouts, but you might start the day feeling resistant to doing it. Then when you do it, you're I can see that you really put yourself into it, right? Hopefully I'm tracking that away. Let me know if I'm tracking that properly for you. I'm not sure if that, yeah, exactly. The sense that I get, and correct me if I'm wrong, you put your full self into it, right? And what happens when we're scared? When we're scared, we're not fully recognizing who we are and our full self, right? So then what we're doing is we're holding back. So the guides are encouraging you to laugh off the fear. I know it sounds sort of glib, but they're wanting you to have a playful spirit about it, right? Oh, okay. Instead of this trepidatious kind of like, I'm scared to speak my truth, it's more kind of, they're inviting you to be more like, ooh, I wonder what it would be like if I spoke my truth in this situation. Oh, this could be cool. I could really piss some people off. Oh, this would be interesting. Wait. Maybe I'll say something and they'll really relate to it and it'll speak to their heart, and suddenly I'll have this compassionate sharing moment with somebody. Well, what else could be possible? Oh, wow, maybe they'll just stare at me blankly and they'll wonder what the heck I've eaten that day and what's got into me. And see, they're wanting you to be playful with it, because in order to get over the fear, you have to not care, sort of, or a lot, about what people are going to say or do. Yeah. And that's all it is, my dear. That's all it is. You're not scared of speaking your truth. You're scared of what could happen if you speak your truth. But I know you. You need to fully be in yourself. This is part of who you are, is fully being yourself. And being afraid of the other people's response and reaction is not fully being yourself. And I know you want to fully be yourself. And so they're saying, play with it, be playful with it, experiment with it, have fun with it. Have fun with sharing your truth. Maybe one day you share part of it and you get a look, and for a moment that look makes you a little bit scared, and then you realize, wait a minute, I have set the intention to be fully myself, to be fully invested with who I am and what I do, and I just shared part of my truth, and that's part of me being fully myself. Gosh darn it, I'm gonna have fun with it. Peter Brooks says, totally resonates for me, Carolina, especially as my partner is a comedian mostly. Yana says, this resonates a lot for me too. Loosen up and have some fun with it. Childlike curiosity and playfulness. And here's the fascinating thing, and I love how you said that, Yana. Thank you, dear. The childlike curiosity and playfulness. Why are children, why do they embody that so well? Or why do, when we embody it, does it feel so good, right? It's because it's all about possibility and no limits. And honestly, if you're in the situation where if there's, how do I say this? If there is a specific situation in which you feel you are being called to share your truth, but that specific situation scares the pants off you, then use scripting or pre-paving before you even engage in that situation. If you don't know what those are, I have a great new track called The Power and Premise of Scripting as a Tool for Manifestation. And we were talking about it in the live with Violet this morning. You can use scripting to manifest something that you desire, a positive something you desire, or you can use scripting to reframe your thinking about something that you are anxious or scared of. So there's really two beautiful uses for it. Carolina says, being confident enough not to fear rejection or the need for validation. It's not even confidence, my friends, or my dear, whatever, all of you. I guess it was plural, it was meant for everybody. It's not about confidence. It's about trusting who you really are. And I guess maybe that requires a measure of confidence, but it's not about having to muster the strength and the will and the confidence to be able to speak. It's more like, I wish to be who I am as often as I can. I wish to be authentic and full of integrity as often as I can through the day. So then there's just this simple knowing that if what you want to speak is your truth, it's really about faith and trust, not confidence. And then trusting that what you have to say, if it's highest and best for you, trusting that it is highest and best for everybody else involved. There's a deep, deep level of faith and surrender on that. Yeah. So it's different than your workouts where you have to summon that energy and summon that oomph and go for it, right? This is more of a letting go and trusting that your truth is enough. Bye, Yana. Enjoy your sleep. Good to have you here. Anika says, we don't need to know how to speak right. If we speak with love and let love lead, that'll be right. Yeah, I love that. You're welcome, Carolina. Beautiful question today. Who else wanted to get on the list? Are you complete, my friend? It's so good to see you. So good to see you. Thank you. Yes, Sherry. Okay, fantastic. Who else spoke up? I did not see the names as I was helping get the answer for Carolina. Kate and Marla. Okay. Wonderful. Thank you, Carolina. I so much appreciate you sharing your abundance with me. I honor and respect the flow of it, and let's celebrate being abundant together. All right, my friends. Last call this spin for people on the list. Maria. Hello, Maria. How are you? Good night, Yana. We'll see you soon. By the way, I love that hat you're wearing in your picture. It's a real cute hat. Looks also really warm. Yana is a new teacher. Not new. Yana is a teacher. Go check her out, guys. Support her. She's from Norway. Yes. Very, very cool teacher. Good morning. Welcome, waking up. Yes. Hi, Coco. Nice to meet you. All right, my friends, we're spinning the wheel. Here we go. Who's it gonna be? I love the wheel. I have to thank Rev J again for... Oops, I forgot to remove Yana's name. Yana, are you still here? Did you go to bed yet? You just got called on by the wheel. Did she leave? Are you gone? That's so funny. She's heading off and the wheel calls on her. All right, we'll spin again. Ooh, it just passed a line and chose Kate. Congratulations, Kate. Are you new to our lives? This could be your very first reading with us. This is awesome. Kate, welcome to your reading. Oh. Hannah. Hello, Hannah. Kate, did we lose Kate? She just spoke up. Oh no, there we go. Excellent. Wonderful, Kate. Okay. This is going to be a channel message reading, so how can I be of assistance to you? What guidance do you seek? And do your best to see how clear you can get with your question, locking your energy in intentionally. Very cool. Beautiful, beautiful day. So nice to be here with you guys. Guys, I am just bowled over by how beautiful this virtual background is that I found. This is my all-time favorite. I've been looking for something with more colors and vibrance. Love it. And I love the little sparkled, star sparkle things. All right, Kate, let's see what we got. Kate says it's in regard to some money for an investment I made. Okay, what's your question, my dear? Bear in mind, for any of the new people, I don't do any predictive stuff. I can't tell the future. That is up to you anyways. I'm afraid it's maybe a scam. So what do you... Stop for a moment, Kate, and... I sense there's more to your question than that. Ask your heart, what are you really seeking here? Because it sounds like your question is coming from your mind, and your mind is wanting assurances or guarantees, which is quite frequently what our mind does. But what is your heart wanting? And while you reflect on that, and feel free to share it, I will tap in and see if they have a message for you. Guides and counsels. Kate would like the money to refurbish homes, start over. Interesting. So, as often happens, the guides in the council first just sent you enormous amount of love. There's just so much love available for you, Kate. And then they followed that up with a rather an energy of curiosity. It's almost like they're giving me a concept and at the same time asking a question. So I'm going to see which way I need to phrase it, as a statement or a question. I guess it's a statement and it's a blunt one, so forgive me if I hope this comes out smoothly. The energy feels as though you are looking for security outside of yourself, or how I can rephrase that. You are looking outside of yourself. Yeah, you're looking outside of yourself for the safety and the security Yes, okay, I get it. And you're feeling the risky nature of this investment. All investments involve risk, by the way, so don't necessarily distill it down to this specific investment. All investments acquire or have risk in them. And you feel it as blocks you're moving forward. Okay. So, okay, it's coming through more clearly. The guides are basically sort of, I mean, there's lots of stuff coming through me, but it's sort of breaking down in a certain way. So you're in this pattern of turning to your mind to look outside of yourself for evidence of security, to evidence that you are going to be okay, for evidence that everything is safe, that everything is assured, that everything is a guarantee. And the problem, or the challenge, shall I say, with that is that the external world is constantly in flux. There is no single point that holds in a continuum when you look externally that will always and forever give you a sense of safety and security. The only place you can look for that is within. And where does it truly come from? It comes from our connection to the divine. It comes from remembering that we are a soul, a spirit, an extension of spirit, an extension of source that has come into the physical manifest in order to explore and play in this game of life. And that is the only security and the only safety is in knowing who we really are. And that's why I love talking about the path of the heart, guiding people on the path of the heart, because the path of the mind is just ego. And so the real question here, Kate, isn't about, is this a wise investment? Because let's break it down for a moment. Let's say this is a wise investment. You get the money you want, you can do the refurbishing. Let's say it wasn't a wise investment. You don't get very much money, or you lose your money, or whatever. Will that be upsetting? Maybe, but it depends on how you bring your mind to it. It depends on how you bring your focus to it. It depends on your perspective. But if you're looking to that for that sense of safety and security, it will invariably let you down, even if the investment succeeds. Because if the investment succeeds and you get the money and you do not look at the root question that is in your heart, then the elation or the pleasure or the satisfaction or the sense of security from that successful investment, if it is successful, is only going to be temporary. There's then just going to be the next thing that causes you concern and a sense of lack of security. Does this make any sense? Is this resonating in any way? How is this feeling? Okay. So here's the thing about the investment. All right. So now we've established that as a baseline. I think it sounds like you're getting it. Feels like you're getting it. So now we're there at the baseline. So now the real question is, what do I do? I've made this investment. What do I do? Now you want to pre-pave the outcome. And what pre-paving is about is using the power of your mind to tell a now-based story of how you want to feel. So I'll give you an example. You might start the story by saying, I made this investment and I'm really hoping that it works out. Okay, cool. How does that feel? A little iffy, right? And then you might say, I made this investment and I'm not really sure it's a scam, but I'm really hoping, it feels a little worse. So you just keep trying to tell a story and you tweak it. You tweak it a little bit in time until it starts to have a feeling quality that's better and better, and you get on a roll. So let's try this together. All right, so I made this investment. I'm a little unsure of it. However, I really made it because I'm looking forward to being able to refurbish my home. Oh, wow. It's going to be amazing to be able to refurbish my home. Why do I want to refurbish my home? Oh, because I love projects like this. They're really exciting. I love that feeling of when the refurbishing is like slowly coming together and I'm watching all these things change in the house and I get excited about the outcome. And I just know that when the refurbishing is done, it's just going to feel so comfy and cozy. It's going to be more useful. There's going to be more space. There's going to be whatever the things that, but you really wanted to tap in, Kate, on the emotional. My heart wants to have me make a real house. Will you do that? Yes. Okay. So let's keep following this track for a moment, because I want you to see if you can tap into how this feels. Okay. So then you begin to start talking more about how exciting it is to have the refurbishing done, how how great it feels, how comfortable, how much belonging you feel, how much togetherness there is in the home, how warm and welcoming it feels, how you just feel like you fit there and that you're so peaceful and calm, and this is just totally home for you, right? And that your heart feels at home there, and it's just lovely, right? So that's a very different, can you feel the feeling difference, the vibrational difference of talking that way than saying, I'm not really sure about this investment, I really want to do my home, but if the investment falls through, then I don't know if I'm going to do, and blah, blah. That's kind of going boom, 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 boom. Can you feel it? Yes, you can. Great. So what I'm trying to illustrate is, first, there's a fact. You made the investment. But now, if you're worrying about it, what story are you telling? You're telling the story of the failure of the investment the more you worry about it. I would say that's not what you want, correct? I'm being a little silly there, but I'm pretty sure you don't want the investment to fail. But here's the reality. Can you be okay with any outcome? I believe you can, but this is the question you have to ask yourself. And the way that you are okay with any outcome is if you ask the universe for how you want to feel, because it's not about the money, my dear friend. It's not even about the refurbished home. It's about how you want to feel when the home is refurbished. And even it's not even about refurbishing. It's about how you want to feel in your home. You do not need to you may want to, but you do not need to refurbish the home in order to feel, what did you say? My heart wants to have me make a real home. Your heart wants to feel that you are in a real home. And how do you do that? You do that by focusing on the feelings. You do that by telling the story of what it feels like to be in a real home. And what happens? And you do this from a now place, okay? So two components, a feeling place, not focused on the details. We're not focused on what the kitchen's gonna look like, or what the bathroom's gonna feel like, how the bathroom's gonna flow, or any of the feng shui, or any of that, right? Any of the designs, we're not focused on that. We're focused on how you want to feel about home. And when you singularly focus on that from a now place and a feeling place, you begin to feel that way in the moment. And what happens is you line up with the desire that has already been manifest energetically for you by source, by God, by spirit, by the divine, whatever you want to call it. You line up with it. And then instead of dictating how it needs to unfold, the universe orchestrates and begins the manifestation. And if you just stay in that, and I get it, I know from my own experience with my things in life, it's hard to maintain that positive story all the time. You don't have to maintain it all the time. You just have to keep coming back to that feeling place of how you want home to feel. And that's what you ask the universe for. And that's what the universe will deliver. And if you don't dictate the specifics to the universe, then infinite possibilities are available. All right, bye, Peta. How is that resonating, Kate? You said, okay, I totally understand. Okay, cool. Hello, Aisha, welcome. Jennifer, you gotta go? Okay, thanks for being here. It was great having you. Yes, much love and many blessings to you as well. Kate, how you doing, my friend? How are we doing? Kate says, yes, I will do that. Tell myself, feel how my home feels like home to me. It definitely helps me, Greg. So appreciate it. You're welcome. Absolutely welcome. If you get stuck, Kate, it's important, if you get tripped up by it and you find yourself worrying again, it's important that you don't criticize yourself and judge yourself for doing it. It's just part of being human. We have those moments. You just catch yourself and come back to that good feeling story. about home, right? Because therein lies the power of your creativity, the power of connecting to how it is you want it to feel. You know, I did this once with a car, and you know, it's physical things are easy examples in terms of the contrast of what it's like to tell a not feeling good story and what it's like to tell a feeling good story. And I did this with a car, and when I finally brought the car home, the feelings that I had about driving that new car blew me away. I did not expect to feel them to that degree. I just expected to feel them. But it blew me away. And as I was feeling those things that I'd asked for about the car, I started to notice all these other things about the car that I hadn't even thought of, what hadn't even been in my focus, that I just was really enjoying and appreciating. And so when you do this sort of telling the story of what feels good, not from a place of, you know, the great example is, do you want a new car because you can't stand your old car, because your old car's breaking, because you're sick of maintenance bills, because you're tired of the bad gas mileage? But if you listen to that litany, that list, what's the topic? None of those statements I made was about the new car. All of those statements were about the old car. But this is one of the things that we often do. We say, I'm sick of this relationship because this person is treating me blah, 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 and this person is lying to me, and this person is lacking integrity, and this person's... We're not talking about new relationship there. We're talking about current relationship, current person. So it's really important, my friends, to be mindful what we're telling ourselves and what we're talking about to other people in that way. And the best way to tell is to just listen with your heart. Does it make you feel lighter and more free to talk about it? If it does, then that's a good feeling story. If it makes you feel heavier and constrained and restricted when you talk about it, that's not a good feeling story. We want to stop telling those stories. And yes, I'm not saying don't share what's difficult for us with our friends and our loved ones who understand us. We still need to do that as humans. I'm just saying that when it's time to really try to get in alignment with what we're wanting, when we tell those stories, when we say the statements, and we're not watching what the topic is, the universe just hears the topic. So it gives you more of that icky relationship, more of that bad home, more of that whatever. It's not gonna, just because you say, I want a new thing, and then tell all the reasons, the bad thing, it's gonna hear all the bad things. Emma's gotta go to bed. Bye, Emma. Thanks for being here. You're welcome. I'm so glad you appreciate it. For your scenario too. I love that for you, Emma. All right, Kate says, that's amazing. You give me very good advice. Thank you. This will stop me worrying. Wonderful. Kate, I'm so excited for you. I have a feeling that this will be... Yeah, I have a feeling that this will be significant shift for you if you can catch your mind on this. I love this for you, actually. Oh, Coco says everything you're saying makes a lot of sense. I'm glad. All right. I'm going to spin the wheel again. Does anyone want to get on the list before I do this spin? Please raise your hand in chat and say, yes, please, me, please, or whatever. Aisha. The multiple E's. I love that. So fun. Samia. Hello. Welcome. Coco. I had a feeling, Coco. Hello. Are you guys new to me? I don't know if we've met. Samia, I think you've been here before, haven't you? I can't remember. All right, I'm going to shuffle up the list. Beautiful reading so far. How's everybody feeling? We'll do a few more depending on how long this one. Yes, welcome to the newbies. That's it. Aisha, you got it. And even you can even go further. No, Siri, I'm not talking to you. My silly phone. You can even go further. You can talk about how the smell of the new car just is so invigorating, how the smoothness of how it drives just feels so much more fun, and it feels free and nimble, and it just feels like a strong car, and I feel so comfortable and so playful inside it, and I feel so adventuresome in my new Subaru. And it's just, I mean, just like we said to Carolina earlier, play with it, be playful. Here we go, we're spinning the wheel. Yes, Samia, I have one other time, feeling good, love the living in my heart stuff. Awesome, I'm glad to hear that. Emma, come on down. You're the next contestant on the wheel from the wheel of contestants. Not really contestant. You're the next winner from the wheel of good guidance. Oh wait, Emma just said goodnight, didn't she? Why is it calling on people who are just going to bed? We'll spin again. Yeah, it's about how you're going to feel when the manifestation comes into physical. Why? Because energetically it's been created already. And our job is to line up with it energetically. And how do we do that? By focusing on the feelings rather than the details. Because we could sit there and talk all day about physical details, when in reality, that car is just energy. The energy of our feelings could manifest in any kind of a car at all. Oh, Sherry, you're next. Yay! Emma did go to bed, but for some reason the wheel is calling on people who just went to bed, which I think is really interesting. Yay, Sherry. The wheel does have a sense of humor, Anna. I think so. Or either that or the wheel is reflecting my sense of humor. Maybe, I don't know. Yay, Sherry. Aisha says, I'm going to feel even better because I'm so grateful for that new one is coming. Yay. All right, one little tweak, Aisha. You want to tell the story, that kind of a story, not in a future tense, but in a now. I feel so great. I feel so excited. I feel this sense of freedom. I feel a sense of adventure with this new car. Yes, it has already happened energetically. And when we line up our feelings in the now, because the goal isn't the thing. The thing doesn't matter. The thing doesn't matter. I'm sorry. The thing doesn't matter. And I need to hear myself say that too. The thing doesn't matter because the thing is just matter. I just made that up. The thing doesn't matter because the thing is just matter. What matters is how we feel about it. And if we can tap into how we want to feel now, right here, right now, then we are lining up with how it feels for source and spirit already, because they're already having fun with that new car. It's just energy to them. All right, Sherry, what can we do for you today, my dear? Yes, Aisha, you do feel that, exactly. And you don't have to be perfect with how you say it. I know I'm just offering tweaks and things to help as an illustration, as an example. But whatever gets you to feel the way you want. Sherry says, I just want to know how to get unstuck and how to find which project to work on. I have lots of ideas floating around. Okay. Is that a new quote we're going to make? The thing doesn't matter because the thing is just matter. Well, everything's energy, but yeah, that is hilarious. Aisha, thanks for helping with that. All right, Sherry, let's see. Oof, I'm going to back up a little bit. Oh my goodness, the beautiful music ended. One moment. Just realized that. Let's repeat that. That was a beautiful track. This track is called 999 Hertz, a track, Unexpected Miracles and Peace in Your Life. Ready for love, wealth, and blessings. It's a really long title. All right, Sherry, let me check in and see what we got. Okay, In Council 7, please open me to a message for Sherry. So Sherry, they're giving me the juxtaposition of two different concepts. Are you stuck, or is your process simply paused? Because here's the thing about stuck. We can feel it as stuck. But a lot of times what stuck really is that we're in this very pregnant moment of the void, if you will. And stuck is often a judgment that our mind makes when we're not in a mode of productivity or getting things done or what have you. Sherry, is this your first reading ever? I thought we'd done one for you before, but wonderful, wonderful. So, are you tracking with what I'm saying so far? So similar to what we were saying to Kate about the story that we're telling, what's a different story that you could tell? Okay, because here's what's going on, my friend. Your mind is saying, I'm stuck, I'm stuck, I'm stuck, I'm stuck, I have all these ideas, I have all these ideas, I'm stuck, I'm stuck, I'm stuck, I'm stuck, I have all these ideas, I have all these ideas, right? Maybe it's not saying it that frenetically, I'm just illustrating, right? And yet, it's so focused on a singular thing, taking the ideas and turning them into something. Well, where did we get that concept? Society, family, ourselves, who knows? It's based on a specific belief, isn't it? But here's the thing. When you stop for a moment and you say, okay, wait a minute. What if I step back from this and take the perspective not of productivity, not of getting things done? Where am I? Am I stuck? Am I truly stuck? What feels good in my life? Well, this over here feels good. This over there feels good. I'm not stuck there. Oh, interesting. If I'm not stuck there, then this totalitarian feeling of stuck, because stuck, when we get into that judgment, stuck feels total. It's just so easy for it to just suddenly feel like, oh, my life is completely stuck and blah, blah. No, wait a minute. What's going good? What's going good in your life? Are you eating well? Are you resting well? Are you enjoying your walks? Are you enjoying family members or friends? Are you not stuck, but more like in a sponge mode? Are you absorbing lots of different things? There was this time when I had a bunch of ideas, and I asked my very first guide, Dr. Peebles, what am I supposed to do with all these ideas? And he said to me, sometimes you just get ideas in order to appreciate and relish the idea. In order to appreciate and relish the fact that you can come up with a bunch of ideas. Not every idea is supposed to come to fruition. And if it's an idea that you enjoy, that excites you, and you're not the one to bring it to fruition, you've still created that idea and you've put it into the universe. You've created that idea and put it into the universe, and somewhere else, somebody else might pick up on that idea and bring it to fruition. You do not have to be the one who is solely responsible for bringing it to fruition. And sometimes it's just good to have fun with having lots of ideas. Believe me, I've been there. I know. And that's part of the process. It's part of the journey. Maybe you're being called, Sherry, to learn how to sift and sort through those ideas, right? To not just grab one and go, Maybe you're being called to hold on to it, chew on it, relish it, explore it a little bit, and then see with your heart, with your feelings, with your sensing, does this feel right to me? Does this feel like it fits? Do I have a heart wisdom knowing about whether to do this or not? And then even if you say, yes, I'm going to do this, there is a level of surrender that's needed, because the doing might only be called for a short period, and then you are being called to do something else. This is quite often the case with creative people. You start a project, you work on it, and then another project calls. Why? Because we're constantly in motion. You do feel like you're releasing a lot. Summer feels good. Yeah. Hello, Laura. Welcome to you. Sherry, how is this vibing with you? What's coming up for you as you hear this? Oh, I needed that drink. Makes a lot of sense. I feel lighter, honestly. I think you're being called to honor and relish the power of what's possible for you. And again, I go back to one of the original things I said about being in this pregnant void. The void can be really scary for a lot of us, but it's part of the creative process. It's an integral part of the creative process. I mean, think about it. We're not always coming with an idea and immediately acting on it, producing it, and then putting it out into the world. Sometimes we don't even put it out in the world. What happens when we're done with something? Well, there's this pause, right? There's this restfulness. There's this maybe a period of reflection. It's so important that we allow ourselves allow ourselves presence, to be present with those in-between times. Cherry says, knowing I don't need to act on these ideas. Yeah, doesn't that feel lighter? You don't need to act on them. You can if you want to. And who knows, maybe the one you actually end up acting on is coming down the road and happens to be an amalgamation or has been inspired by the other ideas that you have had already. We don't know. Oh, Aisha said this is beautiful. Freeing. And as a creative person, you know that even when you do act on something, it often has a life of its own, right? I'm not a painter, but I've been seeing some paintings from somebody I follow on Instagram. Amazing work she does. And she recently posted one saying, I started to fill in the borders here around the sketch, and this is the part that sometimes is challenging because the way that I thought it would be, is starting to unfold differently. And I was like, you know what? That's so true. That's so true in everything. It's not just true in life. I mean, the creative process is the very process of life itself, right? My recent down crying for an hour on Sunday night is a perfect example of it. Then I was able to surrender. I was able to let go of some of my ideas. And then I was able to remember a previous thought that I'd had over a year ago. And that made me remember the previous feeling that I felt in relation to that thought. And then when I asked my guides about it, they gave me even more insight. If I had continued to force my way of this unfolding, and I don't even know if my new idea is going to unfold. I'm excited about it. And this is the first time I feel like I know what I need to do in the last few months, which is a relief. So again, coming back to our heart, coming back to how it feels. If it feels lighter and freer, then go with it. And I got that phrase from RJ Spina. Spina. I'm currently watching an interview with him that Emilio Ortiz is doing. And my goodness, he's got a lot of information, but I thought that was a really good point. I'm just sharing it because it's an easy way to talk about what I always talk about. If it feels better, well, what does better mean? Lighter and freer is a great example. Happier and joyful. Loving and comfortable. There's lots of different examples. You're welcome, Sherry. Do you need any clarification about that? I feel like you understand it and there might be a question. I love that, Aisha. Yes. We can just wallowing in beautiful creative ruminations and fantasies and release them or act on them, our choice. Yep. All right, I think we have time for one more quick one. If Sherry, are you complete or do you have further question on that? Can you tell which Clair I may be more drawn to developing? I'm not really predictive, but I can see what the energy is at right now, Sherry. I mean, this is a different question, though. Is this related to the previous question? I think it's loosely related. Oh, it is related. Okay, cool. Which Clair? It's funny because when I read that, I almost thought of the name Clair. All right, let me see. What do we got here? The guides are being a little playful with you. They're saying, does it really matter which one, Sherry? Is that your mind just wanting to know the specifics and the guarantees and the assurances? Do you want it written on a line somewhere saying, oh, you're going to be clairvoyant or you're going to be clairsentient? Technically, it's possible for us to be all the Clairs. Yeah, it's up to you. What's natural for you, my friend? I often think about how my own skill is developing in this, how it's developed over the last 7 or 8 months with you guys, and as well as privately on my own, or even in doing privates with clients. It continues to evolve. And the thing is, we don't really know, but are you open? Are you open to it? I think you are. I'll give you an example. I'm out on my walk today and I saw this tree and it had a huge gouge in it. I mean, like, picture the tree trunk and it had a huge gouge. Okay? I seem to recall that last week I saw that that tree was ant infested. And so whoever the tree people are, the tree care people, they must have come and cut out that part. Now, I've never seen this. And it just looked so odd. And for some reason, I suddenly felt the spirit of the tree. Not the energy of the tree, the spirit of the tree. I've never felt that before, ever, that I know of. And I felt the wounding of the gouge. It didn't hurt, but I sensed it. And for some reason, I just reached out and I said to the spirit, don't worry, I see you healthy, whole, standing tall in about a year's time. I don't know where that came from. I'm not predictive. What the hell am I doing saying that? But I just felt the spirit and I wanted to reassure it. Now, do I really need to? If it's a dryad or a spirit of a tree spirit, it's way more connected to source than I am, because it just is. So what am I doing, trying to comfort a tree spirit? I don't know. But then 2 minutes later, I'm walking by my favorite rock to sit on and look at the mountains from, and I could feel the spirit in the rock. And then I looked at the other rocks around it and I was like, they all feel distinctly different, and I couldn't put my finger on it. And I have never, ever had that before. So I don't know what that is. And then I was in the shower and I was thinking about my Clairs. just for fun, not for any specific reason, Sherry. But I was just thinking about my clairs, and I'm like, you guys might say I'm clairvoyant because I talk about things, the images that I see and everything. But I don't feel clairvoyant. I feel like I sense things first, and then a picture comes through. I don't even know what clair that would be called. So does it really matter what label we put on it? If you are connecting on that in some sort of a way, if you're feeling, I mean, we all can talk to our guides. We all have that capability. We all have the power to do that. And quite honestly, a lot of what the current spiritual thought leaders that I'm watching on YouTube are saying is that at some point in the near or distant future, we're all going to become telepathic. Sounds kind of fun. Samia says, lifelong unfolding, I guess. Yeah, it's part of life. Sherry says, I connect so deeply to trees. Yes, I've done similar with trees. Yeah, let it unfold, Sherry. Be curious about it. Be playful with it, just like we were talking to Carolina earlier. Be playful with it. Be curious. Have fun with it. Explore it. Maybe one thing feels better to you than another. I'm at this point in my life, I did not expect to be doing this, but I love it. It's so much fun, and it's so much fun to offer it in service to you guys. Liz says, Greg, I love your wisdom and also your words and your empathy, compassion, also that you are authentic, real, and candid, along with that you do not bullshit people. Thank you for all this. The person who you are makes no difference. Oh, thanks, Liz. I appreciate that. Your heart is racing, Sherry. That you would pick that story to tell says something to my question. Okay. Very good. Nah, that's the thing, Samia. We're evolving right now. We are moving off of this 3D over-identification with who we are as physical, right? That's the mind's job, is to connect with the physical, over-identify with everything physically going on. But when we get up into the 4D and the 5D, where we're living in our heart from love constantly, telepathy is not going to be a bad thing. I mean, I wouldn't want to read the mind of someone who's still back in the 3D. I don't want to be a mind reader. I just want to be able to communicate. I'd like to be able to communicate telepathically. Could call for collective shadow work, but that's not the point that these thought leaders are talking about. The thought leaders are talking about a time when we're beyond shadow work, because shadow work is ego. Shadow work is associated with the ego, not associated with the soul. The soul doesn't have a shadow. Star Trek ruminations. Well, I am a Trekkie, Aisha, so who knows? It's funny because I about 3 months ago, I watched this video on YouTube, and this woman was channeling these masters of time, and they were talking about how our lives have become so dense in modern culture. That our cities are densely populated, our cities are dense in terms of all the materials and things there, our minds are dense with thoughts, right? And what they said is, currently, because of all that density, we can't bend time and space like they used to back in the Mayan and Aztec cultures. We can't do that unless we free ourselves of that density. And for me, I felt like that's what I've been up to for the last 12 years, was reducing the mental density and reducing the physical density in and of around me. And so there's for me, it really resonates. And then when I think about time, mastering time, I often think about Star Trek episodes. I loved the Star Trek episodes that dealt with time travel and all the different science around it and everything. It's too much fun for me. And it's funny because my mind and my spirit try to grasp a hold of it and figure it out, but I can't. So I just sit in the joy and the curiosity of, oh my God, what is this all about? It's so fun. Liz says, Greg, I had the feeling you would say that about people maybe could be telepathic. Yeah, it's funny because it's a new idea for me. I mean, it's not a new idea. I've heard it before. I heard it growing up. I read my tales. I read my science fiction and my fantasy books where they talked about things like this. I just didn't know if we'd ever see it as humans. And now these thought leaders are talking about how it's going to be possible. Like, it's just, I mean, there's just so much happening right now, right? And again, bottom line, my friends, it's not going to be possible if we keep getting stuck in our minds and letting the mind run the show, right? Which is why the path of the heart is so important in my particular personal journey, but also why I've made it part of my journey as a guide. Because, I mean, if you really go on YouTube and listen to someone go check out Emilio Ortiz. Let me type his name. Love this man. I can't wait to meet him someday. I will. Someday he's going to invite me. I'm not there yet. I'm not ready. His YouTube channel, all right, he does a podcast called Just Tap In. He interviews some of the most beautiful, amazing people that I have ever seen. And you'll see, if you watch some of his videos, you'll see they shine, they vibrate, they have so much wisdom and so much heart and so much knowledge. I don't resonate with all of them. We're never going to resonate 100% with everybody, but there's some that I've just really been drawn to, and what they're talking about, it's all the same stuff I'm talking about, but it's even a bigger picture. Like some of these people have even tapped into, stuff about the future and things like that. I don't do any of that. Maybe I'll get there someday. I don't know. But in my heart of hearts, I do believe that we're all headed towards a very new way of existence. And it's like that song. I saw a song on BGT. Somebody was singing. I can't remember it, but it's about, if I'm a fool for believing in love, if I'm a fool for believing in peace, if I'm a fool for believing that people can be kind to each other, if I'm a fool for believing in the beauty of the world, I'm paraphrasing, then go ahead, call me a fool, because what else is there to live for? What else is the point of life if I don't believe in these things? Because otherwise, what's the alternative? We believe in a harsh, cruel, bitter, and destructive universe? No. Those are behaviors that we manifest in the 3D as humans sometimes. But the universe, to me, everything's love. I just honestly, at the end, I can't wait to just being absorbed fully back into the unified field of love. That's really all I want to do. If that means, I don't know what that means in the long run. I have watched Discovery, Aisha. Yeah, I've watched all of them. And I can't wait for Strange New Worlds next season to come out. That's absolutely my favorite. That has trumped my favorite. My favorite used to be Star Trek Next Generation. And, Voyager was my favorite for a long time. And then Deep Space Nine became a favorite. But I've always loved Next Generation. Strange New Worlds has topped all of them. Aisha says, I think we collectively and individually bend time all the time. We do it unconsciously. I bet we do. I feel like when I meditate, it's timeless. Does anyone sing? I used to sing when I was younger. And for some reason, when I sang, time stood still. I had music, voice lessons. I took voice lessons for a year when I was in my 20s. And I'd go into the voice lesson, and next thing I know, the lesson would be over. It was a half an hour long. And I was like, it felt like it lasted forever. And yet it also felt like it was only a second long. There was a timeless quality. That's the point in time in my life when I started to understand the zone, as like people used to talk about. A lot of sports people talk about being in the zone. The zone, there's this timeless moment, right? I'm sure you guys have felt it. Say if you sung it, or if you felt this timeless moment before. Maybe it's while you're cooking, or maybe it's while you're making love, or maybe it's while it's riding a horse, or maybe it's while you're on a walk. There's this timeless moment when it seems like time stands still, and yet it also is really rapid, right? And you're just in pure joy. You're in pure knowing, right? I think that is our glimpses of reality, of what's really real, because time's not real. Time's just a construct that we made, that humans made up in order to quantify that sun and the moon moving around the planet, to quantify for us to coordinate amongst each other. Anyways, I'm way going off on tangents here, guys. Sarah sang and time totally stands. You sing and time totally stands still. Exactly. Aisha says, I'm watching Picard now. Next Generation was my favorite for years. Now it's Discovery. I'm so looking forward to Strange New Worlds. Have you even started Strange New Worlds? It's amazing. Sarah, you sing with the London Philharmonic? Oh, that's amazing. I sang with the Philadelphia Singers in my late 20s. And they were a semi-professional group. So they had maybe a dozen people who were professional, and then the rest were non-professional like me. And we sang in Philly, and one year we went to New York and I sang in Carnegie Hall. I sang in Carnegie Hall. Of course, only my parents and family knew I was there. Everybody else didn't know anything because I was in the group. But isn't that amazing? I grew up singing, and I still sing on my own, but I haven't done collective group singing in a long time. Sarah, I am so happy for you. London Philharmonic Choir must be just a joy, just beautiful. I love that. At the proms at the Royal Albert Hall. Oh, I love that for you. Do let me know how it goes. That sounds so cool. Yay, singing. Hi, Diani. Okay, guys, we're just riffing all over the place. We've gone 7 minutes over. Sherry, you have wrapped us up. Just checking all my different clicky things. Thank you so much for your question, Sherry. I think that was really helpful on a huge level, on a lot of different levels. My friends, how's everybody feeling? I'm gonna wrap us up in a minute or two. So happy to be here. Yes, it really is lovely to connect this way. I'm just gonna hide myself for a moment. I'm just so in love with this virtual background. I know I keep saying that, but just feel the energy of this. Look at the colors. Feel the sparkle, feel the life in that tree. Whoever made this, I just send them lots of love and lots of thanks. It's truly amazingly beautiful. And I think I'm gonna keep using it either regularly or constantly. Ethereal, ooh, yes, magical sparkle. Beautiful colors, yeah. Yeah, just look at the blues and the yellows and the oranges and the reds and the purple. It's like a rainbow, and even some greens. It's really amazing. And the tree feels so real. I just love it. Yes, indeed. There we go. Something positively feeling good feeling to focus on. All right, my friends. Thanks so much for being here. I am so happy for all of you for being here. I appreciate everybody's donation today. I appreciate everybody's presence today. If you haven't followed me yet, if you keep forgetting, take your time, but we'd love to have you follow, stay along. If you haven't heard about tomorrow's Zoom event, the Celebrate Love Party is happening tomorrow, August 1st, 3 p.m. Mountain Time. It's going to be loads of fun. Take this environment, set it in Zoom where we can see each other. Camera's optional, but we can talk. We're going to do a sacred energy journey about connecting to the universal love. And then we're going to do individual readings using the wheel. And you can pick, it's basically it's readings extravaganza style. You can pick an energy reading, oracle card pull, or a channeled message. And you do need to register for it. There's no cost, just a suggested donation, but you can go to my teacher's link, and it's the very top link. If you like to connect with me outside of Insight Timer, go there. All my socials are there. My Patreon group is there. We have on the 15th, we have a really, really special event called the Deep Dive. That's part of the Patreon group. So check that out. Whatever else. There's stuff about me on there. There's stuff about I don't know what else. Oh yeah, the playlists for the replays for these. Definitely, if you want to rewatch anything, they're all on my YouTube. Anyways, that's the public service announcement. I'm gonna go. Oh, what's the name of it? Who's the artist? I don't know, Aisha. I will look, but I get all my videos off of Pixabay. Pixabay. They're all royalty free. Images and videos. You're welcome, Diani. All right, I'm gonna take off, my friends. It's time to play the outro. Great to be here with you. I'll see everybody tomorrow, whoever's attending the Celebrate Love party. Otherwise, let me see. My next live is Saturday, 2 p.m. We're gonna do the extravaganza, and then Sunday, 2 p.m. Mountain Time is the channeled message for the week for all of us. And if I don't see you at one of my future lives, I hope to see you at somebody else's. Please do take care of your hearts. I'm sending you lots of love and blessings. Be well, and we'll see you later.